While a liberal principal escorted students on a walkout to protest for gun control, one young man made a move so bold that even the principal was desperately scrambling to shut it down. You don't want to miss this. As liberals gain control of our public education system, we begin to see the flagrant political indoctrination of socialism sweeping the nation. Tragically, generations of young people are now being taught not to think for themselves, but rather to think like their liberal teachers and professors. Utilizing the latest mass school shooting as a political tool for pushing their gun control agenda, educators across the country have encouraged impressionable students to exit the classrooms in order to protest in favor of the particularly leftist anti-gun stance. While these teachers are coercing vulnerable and uninformed minors to promote their own diplomatic scheme, they're also making sure to crush any student who steps out of line to voice a differing belief. On Wednesday, March 14th, students across the U.S. were enabled by their taxpayer-funded public schools to participate in a left-leaning anti-Second Amendment movement in which thousands walk out of the classrooms to demand gun control. Although these educators graciously provided students access to protest against legal gun ownership, they deliberately ignored the opportunity to allow conservative students to also voice their opinions in favor of the Second Amendment. One such school, New Prague High School in Minnesota, empowered students to participate in the National School Walkout. While a group of teens gathered outside their classrooms for the event, one young man had other plans. In heart-swelling patriotic fashion, an unnamed student silently raised a unifying sign, which read, "Guns don't kill people, people kill people." We all mourn together, according to the Daily Wire. Immediately, the young man is confronted by a male educator, whom the poster of the video purports is the school's principal, Lonnie Seifert. Seifert can be heard in a heated exchange with the young man, who cites his right to peaceably protest by the Supreme Court, to which the principal retorts, Policy 505 says you cannot, referring to the school code. Outrageously, Principal Seifert protects the other students' right to protest for liberal gun control, while denying the conservative students' right to do the same. The original poster, McDonald, explained that Seifert forced the student off school property and threatened to have him arrested. Neither Seifert nor the school has responded to any of the allegations thus far. Kids at our school today walked out in honor of the 17 students killed in Florida. Students held signs that said, "Arm our teachers." They had two signs. A student walked out without saying a word, peacefully put up his sign which said, "Guns don't kill people, people kill people." Kenny's caption with a clip explained, adding, "He was escorted off the property by our principal and threatened to be put into a police car." This violates the First Amendment and makes me sick that they can do whatever they want. Please make this go viral. Location: New Prague High School, Minnesota. Due to the incredibly concerning content, the video has already gained over 1.2 million views and 64,000 shares. Additionally, the comments on the video as well as the posts to the school's Facebook page have been inundated by viewers who are outraged that Seifert would biasedly target conservative students. The video does not show what took place before or after the confrontation. However, the bias has already been proven by the fact that the schools participating in the walkout have afforded children the opportunity to protest in favor of gun control, while not offering the same equal opportunity to students in support of the Second Amendment. Of course, What's most disturbing about the incident isn't that the principal wielded his authority to biasedly infringe upon one dissenting student's human rights. There will always be tyrants we must oppose in positions of power. No, the most disturbing aspect is that not one of the students stood in defense of freedom of speech. In fact, several can be seen hanging their heads in fear and compliance as their principal invokes his fascist shutdown of an opposing political view. Still, we must remember that these students are still kids after all. We cannot expect the necessary patriotism, courage, and morality to be automatically ingrained in them. It is up to the parents to instill these virtues, as freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction.